Christopher.
Sure.
You'll be disappointed if you didn't have a minister of religion to argue with. And we have Tim in Blandford Forum. Hello, Tim.
Good afternoon, Simon.
Are you the Reverend, Tim?
I am indeed.
Yes, sir. Christopher Hitchens is listening.
Well, I found it very interesting. I mean, I first of all must be one of his characters that he loathes, because I'm obviously out for power in my local church. First of all, I find it amazing the number of generalizations he uses to come to this one conclusion, that God obviously doesn't exist and people like me are deluded, and I am in turn deluding hundreds of people.
Which are the generalizations you're thinking of?
Well, the fact that there's no evidence, or his comment that there is no evidence, I would have thought the most important evidence of all is the fact that after thousands of years, religions, not just my own, but other religions, are still in existence, still happening, and still growing. And yes, there are good and bad elements to all of it, but the fact is there are still billions of people who believe.
OK, Tim, you keep going, and I'll get Christopher in just a moment. What else did you want to add?
Well, there's the simple thing that if I am deluded and I'm deluding other people, what is the energy, the power that causes that? Because I personally don't think I'm a bright enough person to delude that number of people. I think
that could well be right.
More.
That could well be right.
Well, that's very kind of you.
But trying is still just as bad.
So the fact that I try...
And I hope you're willing to accept this on behalf of everybody else who believes that the Aztecs are the followers of Louis Farrakhan's nation of Islam, David Koresh, the Mormons. This is the survival of cults like this is evidence for your side, is it? Because if so, as it seems to be, well, then you better not take it a la carte, Reverend. If you're going to claim it for your team, you have to claim it for them all, and you're welcome. You stay with that team, I'll stay with mine.
Tim?
Except that most of those cults that he mentions are cults which have either died out or have been, they are shown to be people who are deluded in perhaps, how shall I put it, some way that is not appropriate.
Oh, so you're saying that the fastest growing Christian church in America is deluding itself, are you? The Mormons? Well, I'm glad to see you can see it in some cases. One day you'll get to see it in your own. But you're saying that the churches are dying. You described the Church of England as, I can't remember. Well, the Church of England is famously moribund. I mean, it's losing membership and property and influence all the time. There's not a member of it who doesn't worry about this publicly. But I don't say the religion is dying. To the contrary, I point to the extraordinary danger of the recrudescence of primitive superstition all around the world.
Tim?
You take that as the evidence for the existence of God.
I take evidence for the...
Give yourself a break.
I take evidence for the existence of God with the fact that I see people's lives changing around me, that I am not, in fact, one of those. I'm probably unique in your eyes of somebody who doesn't see the Church of England is dying, because around me I see hundreds, even thousands of people in churches which are growing, which are exciting, where young people are involved.
You'll admit that's not the general impression of the Anglican Communion.
Well, there's a thing about impression, and there's a thing about...
No, you will admit that the Anglican Communion does not go around saying, join us with the fastest-growing church in Blandford Forum. It's usually allowed that it's admitted... I just saw the Archbishop in Washington last Sunday. It's admitted that there's a grave crisis in the church of allegiance, of influence, of morale, and now of schismatic tendencies, owing to the Church's own stupid teachings on homosexuality.
Tim, I'll give you...
Maybe it's different in your part of the country.
There are many more emails I want to get to. Tim, I'll just give you the final word.
Well, all I'd simply say is that he's very entitled, obviously, to his perceptions, but his perceptions...
Oh, thank you.
Yes, well, and so am I entitled to mine, which is that I believe...
Who would say you weren't? You have a benefice. We have to pay taxes for you to have your job.
You don't pay taxes for my job.
Excuse me, are you not a member of an established church?
Tim, thanks very much for calling.
Thank you.
We could debate this a lot. I just have a whole number of emails which I want to get through from listeners to Chris.
Sheep-faced loon.
I'm sorry?
I'm just talking to myself.
Right. Claire in Holywell, it's refreshing to hear Christopher on the radio being brave and speaking for what I believe to be the views of the majority in this country. Do you think you're speaking for the majority?
No. I don't. I mean, I think there are a majority of people who are sceptical or dubious. I don't think there are a majority of people who are convinced atheists. No.
She says, why are we not a genuine secular society yet? Do you think there are some...
Well, because we have a queen and as the head of the state, head of the church, head of the armed forces.
Do you think there are some atheists who would have assumed that by now we would have as you see it, sort of lost the trappings of faith?
Well, they wouldn't have included me, because I've always believed that Freud was right in his brilliant essay, The Future of an Illusion, that until we get over the idea of death, which I think is very improbable, unlikely, we're not going to be immune to offers as made from Blandford Forum and other joints, that if we make the right obeisances, sprinkle the right water, so forth, make the right propitiations, an exception we made in our case. It's a wicked thing to be offering, but there will be takers for such a fraudulent scheme.
A couple of